Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. Today we're taking a look at Firetower, a game that has been on my personal gaming shelf for the better part of a year. This is one of my favorite sort of lightweight, accessible games. This is a take that and pattern laying game where you're doing your very best to spread fire from the center of the forest here and consume your opponents, the other players' fire towers on the edge of the map. I'm joined today with a brand new face on the channel, Harold Brabon. Thank you for being here.
Hey, thank you for having me.
I think this is the first time you've been in front of the camera.
Yeah, but I'm excited to be here with you.
Yeah, so Harold, for those of you that don't know, I moved back to Kentucky earlier this summer, and so I'm having people that I've known for...
Probably the better part of a decade at this point?
I think potentially the better part of a decade come over and play some games. That's right, I am forcing my old elementary school friends to spend time with me now. So thank you for being here.
Hey,
I am excited to dive in. We've already played a few rounds of this game today. This is the first time you've seen Firetower. Now, in the very first game...
I won, because I'm amazing.
Well, it was a teaching game, right? Everyone knows that in a good quality teaching game, the other player should win. I annihilated you when we incorporated the new expansion that we're taking a look at.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the gameplay that is really the one to determine it all.
That's true.
So,
especially with these new exciting mechanics.
Just so you and all the fans know, whoever wins this game leaves with all the ducks. There's a lot on the line. So we're going to be playing with Firetower Rising Flames, which is a brand new Kickstarter expansion that incorporates a lot of new, not only ability cards, but also player mechanics, some extra mechanics for players who are eliminated, and some really interesting and dynamic board elements. Firetower was a game, when I originally got it, that I really didn't think needed to be improved on. It did everything I wanted it to do out of the box, and now that I've sat down with Rising Flames, I genuinely love the elements that they've incorporated into it.
Yeah, even though I lost that second game, I still love
true.
some of the mechanics, and I'm excited to show some of the new neat little tricks you can do.
Yeah, it not only incorporates new ways of maneuvering and adjusting your pattern, but it also has a little bit of deeper strategic elements and resolves some of my what would be initial complaints with core Firetower. The fact that player elimination, while it is a quick game, kept someone out of the experience. They've incorporated Shadow of the Woods, which gives eliminated players the opportunity to screw everyone else over and still win the game themselves. So you have to be a little bit more careful with how quickly you knock people out. And then it also introduces things like player powers. So if you have an overwhelming amount of win cards in your hand, that is a type of card which can be used but isn't always as valuable as some of the others.
Yeah.
You can actually utilize and spend them in a way that makes them, in some cases, actually really powerful. Like I've had that first game we played, I was trying to stockpile my win cards, which is something I never did in core Firetower.
Huh.
So this does some really interesting things. That being said, I'm going to have a preview video where I run everyone through all of these new mechanics. Right now, we will do a quick kind of 60-second on Quackalope. It's never quite 60 seconds, but I'll tell you that it's going to be a quick 60-second run-through of the mechanics we're playing with, and then I think we're going to sink our teeth into some gameplay.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so here in front of us, the stuff that is going to be new based off of the Rising Flames expansion. First off, we have Shadow of the Woods, which, like I said, adds a way for ousted players to incorporate or be a little bit more impactful in the core game. Now, this is primarily going to be 3 to 4 players. When one of us is ousted...
Or Jan.
Or Jan. When Harold is ousted, that will mean I've won the game, so we won't really be incorporating that into the gameplay display. If you want more information on that, check out the preview video. We're also going to be bringing on a whole new run of ability cards, some special event cards, and our own unique player powers. Go ahead and run through what our own unique player powers do.
So the unique player powers here have two sides to them. So the first, you'll have your stronger condition, followed by flipping the card after its use to show a weaker condition that consists for the rest of the game.
Yep.
All right, so starting from the left side here, we have Heavy Wind. So Heavy Wind, what that does is, as Jesse was talking about earlier, it allows you to keep as many win cards as you want and to play them all at once to wreak havoc on your opponent.
So instead of playing one card at a time, this card will allow you to place down all of your wind cards, or as many as you'd like, moving a chain of fire in the direction that the wind indicates. So this could be a really powerful attack. And then the reverse side of this will go to light winds. Now this modifier...
So what this card does is it allows you to play an additional wind card and place an ember in the direction that the wind is blowing.
Yeah, so this will help cycle cards out of your hand a little bit. It means you can play 2 cards at the same time, which is something we didn't see in core Firetower. And along with that, being able to chain your wind cards together, especially towards endgame, makes this a really powerful passive ability. And then finally, we have our next one, which is going to be Lookout.
So the next player power that you have is Lookout. And what this one does is it allows you to draw the top 3 cards from the deck and be able to look at them. And you get to play one of them while discarding the other 2. This allows you, whenever you have a hand that you'd like to hold for a moment later, or perhaps it's not a good hand to
Maybe
play
you're
at that
hunting
time.
for some water cards or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. This allows you the opportunity to get a head start on your opponent possibly there.
Yeah.
And possibly screw them over for cards that they may want out of the top 3.
A little bit of a random draw, but it gives you some control over what you want to use and utilize, especially, like you said, if you have a hand of cards that you're trying to keep. Now, the reverse side of this, the passive ability, is going to be Patrol. So this will be a consistent ability you can use throughout the rest of the game after you've done that primary one. And on this, you're going to discard a card from your hand without taking the action. Then you're going to draw up 2 cards from the deck, play one of them, and then put the other one into your hand. So another opportunity to cycle your hand a little bit more without having to do a full discard action. And then it also pairs up really nicely with that idea of hunting the deck for something like a water card to kind of save the day, or looking for that one kind of wind or directional card that you need.
Or barrier cards, because certain times you need to be able to work on your defensive strategies.
Yeah, if you want to hold on to your hand and just kind of set up some barriers there in the forest, that is also certainly possible. We also have an entire row down here of brand new mechanics and sort of pattern manipulation cards. So I'll cover, let's just jump back and forth here. So starting with Helly Attack, this is going to allow you to clear 3 zones of water, a patch of 2, and then a patch of 1 that doesn't have to be connected but can be. So really powerful in terms of just controlling the spread of the fire. And then we have our hawks.
Yeah.
The namesake of this expansion. What do the hawks do? How do they work?
Absolutely love the hawks. They're beautiful little things. Right now they're little tokens. However,
this is a prototype of Rising Flames that we have. So these little tokens will not be the best example. Instead, these 3D printed renders are how they're actually going to exist on the board. But I think they'll be produced nicer than this. But this is the best example of what we have.
Okay. The Firehawks are a great mechanic. I absolutely love these guys. They're similar to the Ember card, but they're little traps that you set up in your quadrant. So whenever Jesse will inevitably play an Ember and try to screw me over, I hope that I can place a... I'm
going to keep that in sooner or later.
I hope you do. I hope you keep it in the...
I gotta twist the nervousness out of you. Or
you do. I mean...
You're getting there. It's part of the process of being on camera for the first time. Just so you know, all of this is staying at this point.
Oh, this is brilliant.
So now you don't even have anything to worry about. You might as well just as well just lean into it if you know that I'm not even cutting out mistakes now.
Just going in. All right, guys. So the Firehawks are a wonderful mechanic. I absolutely love them. They're little traps that you set up in your quadrant, and if a flame hits your Firehawk is able to pick it up and transport the flame to wherever you desire.
Yeah,
as long as
keeping the rules of regular fire placement.
Yes.
But it is sort of like that lovely little Ember card, which was my favorite way to kill people in the core game. Now, thematically, because this is still a Quackalope video, what that is doing is the Firehawk is actually grabbing a branch, carrying it over the sky, and kind of dropping it down on the other side of the fire. Now, this is really powerful because you can have a whole mix of these Firehawks. Now, in the actual expansion, they will be full 3D renders. Here in the prototype, these are going to be these little cardboard tokens. But you can set up a barrier of them. You can arrange them in a strategic way so that when someone pushes through or triggers them, you literally lift up and sort of firebomb your opponent.
Yeah.
I really like how these guys play.
Yep. And the fun thing with them as well is you can activate these traps yourself if you desire.
Oh yeah, you can be incredibly strategic with not only where you place them, but how you start triggering. Not only with you can be incredibly strategic not only with where you place them, but then how you start triggering them to give yourself more opportunities for fire placement on the other side of the board.
Yeah.
So it is really interesting. We also have 3 different or kind of unique applications of fire placement itself: Creeping Fires, Crown Fire, and the Rolling Firebrand. So starting here with Creeping Fires, how do they work?
So the Creeping Fire is really great for spreading your fire in a broader sense. You can place 3 fires adjacent to an existing fire, however, they cannot be touching. So this allows you to really spread out your flame.
Yeah, it's a big spread, but it is also restricted because it cannot be a long spread, right? So you're kind of buffing a central zone and pushing forward, but it doesn't take over the board.
Yeah.
Along with that, we have Crown Fires. Now, these are going to be cards that spread 2 fire gems. However, like the utilization of our wind cards here, these can be played connected with each other. So you could place down 2 Crown Fires at the exact same time, spreading a total of 4 in pairs of 2. Yep. So I like that they're giving us opportunities to use multiple cards at the same time.
Yeah.
And then finally, the Rolling Firebrand.
That's my favorite card here. Because not only is this a wonderful attacking card to be able to push and move a flame closer to your opponent's fire tower, you can also use it defensively, as I unsuccessfully did last
you can.
round.
This is going to move 2 at the same time, and it's going to roll them up or down kind of the mountain pass. I imagine like a log that is breaking free and just kind of spinning down the hillside. 2 gems moving in parallel with each other. Now, they can't cross zones like firebreaks or run into other flames, but I actually, this is probably one of my favorite cards introduced into this expansion. And you did effectively use it defensively, except for the fact that you still lost.
It was too late.
So nice try. This is also going to incorporate southwest and northeast wind cards. These wind cards are going to allow you to change the wind direction or place fire based off of 2 locations instead of a singular location. So a welcome opportunity to manipulate those wind conditions a little bit more. Yeah. We are going to have Backburn.
So what this does is it allows you to play a great defensive move by being able to remove a fire and place a defensive barricade.
Yep.
So a great last-ditch effort to try to turn your opponent's flame in a different direction.
Yeah, 100%. And then we're also playing with 3 brand new sort of world event cards, global cards. Now, they did say in the rulebook that we probably shouldn't just include everything automatically all at once. Harold doesn't like to listen to rules, so I suggested we try to like not get things wrong and play with like moderately scaled back things.
But where's the fun in that?
He said there was absolutely no fun in that, so we decided to include everything that we could. The first one is going to be Kettle Flight. This is going to deal with our regions, which is the kind of 4 corner grids here. What's this actually called? What was the term for this again?
Quadrant.
This is going to deal with our quadrants, which is our kind of 4 corner grids, like northwest here in this zone, and the firehawks that we have there. So when this gets pulled...
all hawks take flight.
What does that mean, other than throwing the hawks across the board?
Watching you pick it up.
Yeah, that's true.
But honestly, no. So what this does is... Kettle Flight allows you to not only rearrange the hawks on your side, but it also allows you to bombard your opponent as long as you have more than 2 on your side. And if you don't have 2, you're able to place 2 on your quadrant.
Yeah, so it gives you a little bit of a buff and also allows you to start sending hawks kind of across the reaches, just in case other people weren't triggering them. It gives you an opportunity to play with that. We're going to have Mobilization. This is going to allow you to draw a few cards from the deck based off of how many players you're playing with.
+1.
+1, yeah. You're going to play a card and then hand that stack over to another player. So everyone's going to get sort of a bonus action based on starting with whoever drew that card up. And then finally, maybe one of the most interesting but also complicated mechanics to this game is going to be Dry Storm. Mm-hmm. This is going to introduce the idea of lightning strikes throughout a dry forest region. So instead of a heavy rainfall, you have areas and regions where lightning will strike without any provocation, without any supporting rain to put out the fires, and sort of start kind of actual forest fires here. Yeah. So when this card gets drawn, these lightning bolts, which we can move and manipulate on the board based on where we place our flames, will start triggering a series of fire based on the directional die that we roll. So we'll end up playing up to 4 different fire gems in a variety of different directions, like little hot zones that sort of explode in fury. In general, those are going to be the things that we're playing with, right? We have brand new player cards. We have some new event cards. We have special player abilities. We're utilizing Firehawks. We've incorporated the lightning strikes, which means check the comment section because we're probably going to get at least 7 things wrong, but we're going to have fun in this gameplay, and I'm going to prove once and for all that I am the best Fire Tower Watchman that has ever lived. Sir,
Yep.
I'm sorry to say, you're going to be burned to the ground.
Well, I look forward to it.
Okay. So accepting your defeat, accepting your demise, I can respect that.
Yep, that's it's been my strategy here. Just let Jesse think that he has the upper hand because of his expertise and his challenges.
Well, and my charm,
And your
my
charm.
charisma, my general handsomeness across the fact that I'm going slightly bald and people like to mention it in the comments, like things like that, right? Is that...
Yeah.
That's not where you were going with that?
I was going to go with your resemblance to Smokey the Bear.
Oh. Okay, apparently I resemble Smokey the Bear now. I see how it is. Them's fighting word. So let's see here. Let's shuffle this deck. We'll deal each of us 4 cards. Now I kind of mixed in the... I sort of tried to put them down a little bit, but if you draw one, we'll just we'll re-stick it into the deck appropriately.
Beautiful.
And we're actually going to start with 6 cards this time.
Because we're playing with the expansion
Because we are
pack.
playing with the expansion pack. I'm going to go ahead and set this expansion pack down and over to the side here.
Alright.
You can do the same with your box if you would like. So, do we want to roll for who goes first? What are you thinking?
Never mind.
No, we can't. Flip,
I was going to say
you can't flip that coin.
These.
These are
They're hawks on both sides.
these are gonna be hawks on both sides. So yeah, let's flip the coin. You want heads or hawks?
Hawks.
Hawks.
All right. It looks like I'm going.
You're
first.
going first. Good job on that. Good call.
All right. Well, first things first. Whenever you start the game, you have to roll the wind direction.
Yep.
To start us off. And at the start of each turn, we're going to be placing a fire in the direction of the flame.
There is a constant blowing breeze that can make a big deal, as
West.
you've learned. So we're moving west to start with.
Beautiful.
Kind of bad for me. So you're going to go ahead and set down 1 fire gem, and then you're going to play a card.
Yep. So I'm going to place first one.
Yeah.
There, and then. Oh.
I'm already planning ahead. I'm ready to go. I know what I'm doing.
I bet you do.
I do. I got my card. I got my card all picked out.
Ooh. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see here. I'll start off with a little bit of defense.
Okay.
So a little bit of deforesting or reforesting here.
So you're gonna just put down a
what this
put down a
allows me
barrier
to do is-
token.
allows me to put down a barrier token.
Up close. All right. I'm gonna skirt past that quickly. I hope. We're gonna start with a flare up. I'll add that to the discard pile here. This is gonna allow me to put down 3 fire gems in a straight line. So, and I got to start with my single west placement. So sadly, we're gonna do it there because I don't have better options. Actually, I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna go this way, which means I'm going to be on the lightning bolt, which means I can then reposition this lightning bolt anywhere adjacent to gems that I just placed. So I'm going to put it at the very tip of the spear there. Back to you.
Just on the tip.
And make sure you've drawn up.
You know, I don't like Jesse's early strategy here, so I'm just gonna clean it off here with the airdrops. So
Okay.
Well, pardon me. You place one west.
Yep.
Yep, and then, actually, no, that's technically north direction. Okay, so, yep, airdrop here, and just gonna wipe Jesse clean here.
So you're resetting basically my first turn.
Essentially, yeah. Hope that feels good.
Effective.
Yep.
Let's see. If you're gonna do that, that kind of sucks, honestly. I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna go a little bit in the other direction this time. So let's try going down the side there. I'm gonna go ahead and draw up. Your turn.
All right, so I need to place one. You need to place one west.
I do need to place one west. I was hoping you'd ignore that.
All right, so now I need to place one west as well as it start my turn. So I'm gonna place one right there. Just ooh, look at that thick boy.
Just with the wind, you've placed more gems in my direction than I've placed in yours.
It's a beautiful thing. All right. So actually, I'm gonna have a little bit more fun with this here. I'm just gonna cause an explosion
Okay.
here. So I choose a fire gem to create as a central location, and I replace it with a barricade. However,
Yep.
I also get to place fire
All the way
way
around
around
the
it.
side.
Yep. So,
You know, I sort of like that method. I like where your head's at. Let's do that. Let's place down a barricade. Let's spread fire. If that's the game you want to play, I will answer your call. All right, on to you.
Beautiful.
Oh, and I got to place one down west.
yep.
Sadly,
Yeah.
which means we're gonna go maybe the least destructive area. I got to get that wind changed. That's bad news for me.
Yeah. Well, I'm okay with it.
You don't
Let's just
sound
keep it
very.
right
You don't
there.
sound very sad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Your voice is not. I mean, could you retry that for me just a little bit? Just just give me another like.
I guess we could change the wind direction.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, you know, Jesse,
I just realized something.
what is this?
This is a Quackalope video.
Quackalope? Gotta read the instructions.
No, you have to read the flavor text.
The flavor!
If there's flavor text, I mean,
Yeah, we have to. Alright.
I'm just saying it's, you know.
Smoke rises on the horizon. Smoke Smoke rises.
I'm keeping it all in.
I know. This is beautiful. Smoke rises on the horizon. A fire rages somewhere in the heart of the forest. From the height of the fire tower, you command the efforts to defend your tower and to take down your opponents. With each turn, the inferno grows. Harness the power of the wind to push the blaze towards your opponent's tower. Clear tracts of land to fortify your position. Hinder the plans of your opponents with torrents of water, and unleash an arsenal of fire cards upon your foes.
Cool. I forgot in the introduction that I had flavor text sitting over to the side and that Harold was supposed to read it because he's brand new on the channel. So,
English is hard.
it's fair. It's fair. I could have had you. Do you want to give it another swing in Spanish? Because we can go for it.
Where's it in Spanish?
I don't think I have it.
Okay. We'll stick with English for now then.
That's fair enough.
Alright. So, alright. Start of my turn here. Need to place one west, so I'll place one in your favorite direction.
Yep.
Ooh, getting close here early on, Jesse. This might be a short game.
It will be a short game because you're going to lose quickly. I think that's how that's going to work.
Well, we'll try. We'll see. We'll see here.
Okay.
So, I'm going to, pick up a little ember here. See how this little guy goes. So I'm going to grab this little guy and...
That's the best part of the Ember card, is that you get to float them over. Oh, we were also supposed to both start with one Firehawk placed down in our region, which we totally didn't do. So go ahead and place a single Firehawk down in your pocket. I'm gonna just put it there. Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, I need to draw now.
I'm not liking how close you are, but I don't know that I have a lot of great ways to avoid it. I'm going to continue pressing this front line here. And I'm going to do so right here, which means I'm going to shift that lightning bolt once again, place it up and adjacent in this zone.
Oh, you know I love my defensive cards, Jesse.
All right.
Get the passive
doing?
victory here, so I'm going to use the fire extinguisher here where I can remove 4 flames. Just keep those guys right over
Just
there.
zeroing out what I just did.
You don't really need them. They're not that handy.
Cool.
Actually, and we struggle here. We'll do some outtakes here with every time we forget to place a fire.
I got to place mine too. And then on my turn, I got to place another one. I got to get that wind direction changed. Actually, there's an empty zone here. I'll place it there. And then I'm playing another burning snag. I'm going to continue pressing the line. And here's the thing. I'm going on your Firehawk. So you're going to be able to pick up that gem, but I push this lightning bolt. So I'm really kind of hoping that
Score!
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's how that works.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright. So, alright, start of my turn here. I get to place one towards the west. Here, and it's time. Activate the heavy winds.
You're doing your power card?
Doing my power card here.
How many wind cards do you have?
I have 5.
Holy crap. All right, heavy
So-
winds. Play as many wind cards from your hand as you wish. For each card, place a fire gem in the direction shown on the card. Draw back up to your hand, says. Do it.
Alright, so Need to place one south.
South.
So I'll place one there.
Okay.
Need to place one
Yep,
east.
that was south.
Placing one east. So I'll place one right here.
Okay.
Need to place another one south. So I'm going to place one right here.
Yeah, you got to go backwards. I like that these are not going in my direction because that could have been worse than it is.
It could have. But, you know, sometimes you got to play these power cards for your advantage to just wipe
Dude,
your
cycling
deck.
5 cards out of your hand is major.
It's beautiful. So I need to place another one west. So I'm just going to make a good little ember here. Need to place another one west. So I'm going to place one right there.
Okay, that's a lot to deal with.
And I got to draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful cards.
You know, honestly, I'm going to trigger my ability as well. I'm going down to a light breeze. Heavy winds pop up. East, north, and east. Mine are slightly more effective, but not that much. And I got to start with one going to the west. So west. Let's pop one in. Let's pop one in east, east, and then north.
Oof. It's a scary front line there.
I'm close to you. We're both close to each other. We're not that much farther away. And then I draw back up. All right, on to you.
All right. So
It's funny because in this game so far we've had no Firehawks come. Like, this has been a different game because in the first one we had like 5 Firehawks each.
yeah, it was wild. All right, so at this point here, all right, I really need to put something a little defensive down, so I'm going to play Dozer Line.
Okay.
So I'm going to place 2 barricades right here. Got to make Jesse work for it.
So
And I'll draw. Actually, and I got to place mine west.
I'm gonna do a trio of hawks, and they're gonna set up sort of a Dozer line. Right here, blocking that doorway that you're coming through. So as you push through, we'll just go your direction. So,
All right.
come on, welcome to the party. Now,
All right.
that would, if you had any Firehawks left on your side, allow you to move them wherever you want.
Yeah.
But you don't. So,
Sadly, not this time.
nope.
All right. Well, let's see. Ooh. So at this point here, I feel like, Jesse, we need to make a little bit of change here. You know, I think things would be better if we had wind to the north.
Okay.
So we're gonna.
Oh, I totally forgot to
change
do
it to
my
the north.
I'll do it here because
Yep.
it was west on my turn. Okay.
Let's keep a running total here of all
Every
the
time.
times.
I always miss the wind placement.
Yep. So
It's because I get excited about my turn.
yeah. So I needed to place one west as well.
Yep.
Before I placed my north. So
And I've limited it. You've got to place it
Yeah.
over in that area somewhere.
no, it's awful. This is horrible. This is no good, very bad day. Well, poop. Yeah. But now we get to move things north. So
Okay. On to me.
let's see it.
North placement. Stick it down over here. Oh, and I need to draw one up. And then I'm going to play Rolling Firebrand. So that'll allow me to shift these two up to. Popping this. I really need that lightning strike to come out. All right, on to you. Draw the lightning strike.
Yep. All right, I need to place one to the north
Yeah,
here, and then. Man, I'm gonna lose to you again.
I hope so.
All right.
That's what I'm planning.
Well, I have to pull the cord here.
All right,
Smoke jumper here.
where are you doing it?
So I have to keep one and get rid of the rest. So I'm keeping this guy here, and I'm going to get rid of all these guys.
Okay.
Still leaves you in a dangerous position.
Yeah,
though.
I still got some forward momentum there.
Yeah. But no, if Jesse ever gets inside of my fire tower, I can activate my bucket.
Yeah.
And my bucket will eliminate up to 3 tiles of flames.
So I'm gonna put down a defensive scratch line here. So some fire breaks right in front of your positioning there. Draw back up. Onto you.
All right. Well, first things first. Forgot to place north. So
I did too.
Yep. Maybe this will be something fun for the subscribers to count how many times we forget to play.
Every time. We forget to play north every time.
Yep. Oh my. So, move that out of the way. Alright, well, I don't really care much for your flame break there, so I'm going to go ahead and remove that for you, Jesse.
Okay.
So.
You know, I'm okay with that because it's time to start chipping away at your line of water here, or your line of fire.
Do you want to place one north as well?
I do want to place one north. You're absolutely right about the fact that one should be placed north.
Oh, that's painful. That's
Onto you.
painful, Jesse.
On to you.
All right. Well, let's see here. You pretty well emaciated my fire here.
Trying. I mean, you could go into those firehawks.
I mean, that would be... I mean, that's a bold strategy, Cotton.
It is.
Not sure how well
It's
that
a good
pay
strategy.
off, but-
I mean, it might. I'm still waiting for the lightning strike to trigger.
Ooh, yeah. Do what I can.
What
Sometimes
can
you just have to start the fire in a new direction.
Okay.
So, what I'll be doing, playing one in the north first,
Yep.
because I'm a goober.
And now you're playing 3, and none of these can be adjacent to each other.
Yep. So, let's see. I'm gonna place one right here,
Okay.
one right here,
Yep.
and I'm gonna place one right here.
Shift that forward. Now, you could shift it forward to any of the other ones you played. It has to go down next to fire tokens that you just played. Yep.
Thank you for that.
Yep. Because I did that last game too.
I'm glad that this is an instructional game as well as us playing.
Let's see what I want to do this time. So I'm gonna do smoke jump.
Ooh.
I'm keeping this one here.
Mm.
I'm gonna remove this entire wall
Ooh.
of flame. Defense is not looking so strong now.
No, not really. This is a little rough here.
Okay.
Alright, Jesse. Well. You know what they say. Just gotta keep the fire rolling.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish I had the rolling fire
You don't.
card. But I don't.
No.
But I have a creeping flame. So
Okay.
I'll place one in the north here.
Oh, I didn't place one in the north.
And so now I'll place my other 3 as well.
Mhm.
So I'll place one little goofer here, one little goofer here, and one little goofy guy right there.
Okay.
For good measure.
Let's
And I'll draw up.
Let's have a little bit of fun. Explosion happening down here on the end.
Uh-oh.
Boom, boom. I'll shift this down 1. And one more, I believe.
This is no bueno, Jesse.
Well, I do. You know, I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah. Ooh. All right. Well, I have 2 options I can do at this point.
Yep.
I can either
Cry?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, 3 options now.
Great.
So I can cry.
Mm-hmm.
Can use my bucket here to get rid of 3 of your flames.
As
or-
long as I'm in your zone, and you can use your bucket at any point.
Yep. I mean, outside of using what's in my hand, I can also use the lookout here as a hope and prayer that I have some form of defense that I can draw.
Yeah, you draw some water or something like that to put some flame out.
Yeah. So I think at this point here, I've got to rely on my lucky hand. So
Okay.
I need to, I'll keep that guy there, but I'll remove the rest of these flames
All right.
here.
I'm all right with that.
Draw back up.
I'm okay with that. You know why?
Oh wait, I forgot to place it up. So
All right. I'll place one to the north because I was going to forget that as well. And we're going to throw some fire down a straight line.
ooh,
I
this
am-
is no bueno.
I'm not going to relent. You're so close too.
This is painful.
You're so close. You've held off. You've let me start burning down your fort.
Yep, this is painful. Sometimes the cards really don't come in your favor, but you know, it's the ability to adapt to this game,
Okay.
which I think is a unique quality.
Are
of
you
this.
going to be able to adapt?
You know, That is the
That's
million-dollar
question, right?
question here.
That's what we're asking.
So, and is it too late for me to have adapted?
Well,
Yeah. So at this point here,
you got to use your bucket.
I have to use the bucket here. So I got to flip that bad boy over here, take these 3 guys out, and now I have Reckless Abandon. If your bucket is empty and there's fire on your tower, you can use your turn to discard sets of 3 water or sets of 3 fire break cards to place 2 fire gems. So,
Which gives you a way to be more aggressive.
yep.
You no longer care. Everything's burning down. You don't got a bucket full of water anymore. You say, screw it. If I'm going down in flames, so is the forest.
Yep, exactly. So, that does it for my turn.
That is a
What?
free action.
That is a free
You
action.
use that at any point.
Beautiful.
Yep.
All right, Jesse.
What are you doing? You ready? You gonna be able to answer or no?
I can. Oof. Yeah, not really. All right, Jesse. So, get ready for Crown Fire. Ideally, I wish I could play this with 2.
Chain
but,
it. Yeah.
you know, you do what you can. So, I'm going to just sneak these boys right along here.
I'm gonna flip my bucket. Just gonna take you out there, and then I'm gonna continue digging in. Burning snag. 4. Popping in right there.
Ooh, this is a.
On to you.
But did you? Place 1 north.
I do need to place 1 north.
You know, someday I hope Jesse would be confused enough to place 1 in his own quadrant, but
No, not me.
oh shoot, I forgot to draw a card last round. Okay. Oh my. Sometimes here. Alright, so looks like I need to use my lookout at this point here. So I'm gonna draw the top 3 cards
Okay.
here.
You play 1, and you're gonna discard the rest, right?
Need to play 1, discard the rest. So, while this is mostly just delaying the inevitable, I just need to play airdrop. So I'm going to remove 3 of his fire.
Mm-hmm.
But
How are you removing them? Just a line, just that front line?
Just that front line. But it's the best I can do.
Uh-huh. Crown Fire.
Hmm.
Push forward twice. And let's steal one of these tiles because you. And that is how
Avenge me, Jan.
you invite a friend over, teach them a brand new game they've never played before, and then embarrass them on camera. Look, I have to find a way to increase my win-loss streak here on the channel. If that means guaranteeing wins by having brand new board gamers show up and play, I'm not against it.
You know, and I love being here, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video here. And
I did, in fact, pay him to say that, but, you know, it wasn't very much, so...
like, comment, and subscribe.
Something like that.
Yeah,
We don't, I mean, every now and then. Like, if they've made it to this part and they're not... If they've made it to this part and they're still... If they've made it to this part and they're still subscribed, they should probably reconsider, if we're going to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. Just know that I won't be here every episode.
Let's see here. So genuinely, this is honestly one of my group's favorite games. A few members of my gaming group actually picked it up after I brought it home from Origins last year. It is a go-to kind of fun take that style game that feels mean, that leans into the fact that you are trying to burn someone else down. What is your sense of not only the core game but also some of these expansions? You've never played it before.
Yeah, I've never played it before, but a game like this is really fun and unique, and especially with this added expansion, I really enjoy it. And we didn't get to actually use it, but some of the the rolling Firebrand would have been a beautiful card for me to show off some of its not just aggressive capabilities, like what Jesse had shown earlier, but defensive capabilities. Here, where Jesse was all up, all over my fire tower, I could have pushed him back 2 rows.
Yeah,
And
you
that
could have
could've
actually
saved me
used this
another
as a
turn.
way to move and shift my fire away,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Yep. And then also, I would love to show off more of the Firehawk I would also love to show off some of the Firehawk
Look,
capabilities.
I lined
there.
up an entire row for you to trigger just because you didn't use them. I mean, that's not my fault.
Yeah, I mean, to a degree. However, you know, this game overall, highly recommend. It was an absolute blast. Really enjoyed it. And I think in the future, too, I'm really kind of interested in seeing what this lightning does once we activate it.
We need to get it. I mean, so I can give you a run through of like what it would do if we'd pulled the lightning card here. Dry storm, lightning strikes. You must play this card immediately. And what we would have done is we would have rolled a directional die for 4 different times on each of these lightning zones. So roll this. So south is going to be the first one, which means we're going to add a gem in a south direction for every one of these lightning. Now this one wouldn't be able to add. This one would add here. So it goes in a straight line past whatever. Actually, I believe because there's a fire break there, it would be canceled out.
Yes.
So you'd roll again. West this time. So we'd add 1 here, add 1 there, and that would add this way. So it becomes, and you do that 4 total times. So we could create a straight line, but for the most part, it's as if lightning struck a zone and kind of caused a crater of damage. And then you use that to chain or spur on or kind of increase the fire. I really like the new mechanics that they've introduced into this. It makes it a more strategic and more sort of advanced take that game. I genuinely feel like I have more control over how I manipulate the fire, kind of bend it to my will, and utilize things like barriers or the rolling Firebrand, or try to position stuff like lightning so that no matter what happens, I'm able to continue pushing endgame and kind of burning you to the ground.
Yeah, I think secretly Jesse is a firebender from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I'm not going to confirm or deny. However, I totally would have picked air above fire. So,
I can see that.
Yeah,
Your flowing locks would have been great on an air glider.
They would have been beautiful on an air glider. Whatever the case. Thank you for watching this. If you made it to this part of the video, like he said earlier, make sure you unsubscribe. And leave a comment down below letting us know why you decided to, at this point, unsubscribe from the channel. Whatever you do, though, remember to do the important thing. Get out and play some games. We'll see you next time. Thank you.